all yours.
Thank you so much, Gurtej. A very, very, very good morning to everybody. I'm so happy that you're taking out your Sunday time to learn something very important, okay, for every business that is WordPress. Okay, in fact, that is website. Okay, so everybody ready to go? Ready to start? Perfect. Awesome. Very good. Very good. So I'll be sharing my screen with you guys, and we will be first setting up the agenda for the 2 days workshop that we have planned this week, this Sunday, and the upcoming Sunday. So, what will be the agenda? What all things we will be covering? What all you can do, during the week's time to prepare and to ask more questions in the next week. So, everything I'll set up the agenda right now. Okay, so give me a second. I'll share my screen. Please let me know if you're able to see my screen. Are you able to see my screen? Okay, perfect. So we are going to do today very, very simple and very important and useful topic called as WordPress. This is a WordPress workshop. So we will first try to understand. We will have an introduction to website basics. Okay, just basics of website we will be doing. Introduction, what exactly website is and all about it. Why WordPress, why choose WordPress, when to choose WordPress, when not to choose WordPress. All of those things we will understand. Once we have done with that, we will also understand how to buy the domain name, okay, how to install the WordPress application, okay, and then we will go and log into WordPress, okay. So we'll start with WordPress. So in WordPress, as per the layout that we will be discussing in the initial phase, we will learn the following things. How to create a website layout. First, we will start with the website layout, what all pages you want, how things will work, how to create a page, how to create a post, a blog post. Okay, what is a theme, what is a plugin. Okay, then we will study various types of plugin which will be useful for your SEO like Yoast. Okay, and then we will study how to duplicate the page. So there are many plugins out there. Okay, how to enhance the look and feel using Flipbox, using Slider, and then we will be learning how to add FAQs, which is very important. We will learn how to add data structuring, which is again very important for SEO. Okay, we will learn how to add the tracking codes, because we all know without tracking codes, how will we measure the digital marketing efforts, correct? Do you all agree? So, all of these things. So this is something which is of the whole plan. So once we start with plugins, you will start seeing the website, how it is forming in front of your eyes. Okay. It will form in front of your eyes. So I already have a domain booked. It's my pet project of a magazine, and I will be developing that in front of your eyes during this workshop. Okay. Sounds good. Everybody, do you like the agenda? Hit yes in the chat box if you like the agenda. Do you all like the agenda? Only Radhika likes the agenda. What about others? Okay, perfect. I'm happy you all like the agenda. So let's start with the very basics. Now, who can tell me what exactly is this website? ये website होता क्या है? Who will tell me? What is a website? Nobody? ऐसे कैसे? किसी को तो पता होगा. What is a website? Very good, Pujita. That's a nice way of putting a collection of information. Very good. So, website is a collection of web pages. Every web page is a HTML file. Small files that together come together to form a website. Okay. Website is primarily built in HTML language. It can also be built in PHP. It can also be built in all the scripting languages. So HTML is primarily built on that. And these days people build HTML beautiful websites on CSS using CSS and HTML5. Okay. Now that is coding. I don't know coding. Do you know coding? And coding will take a lot of time. And we are marketing people. We don't need to learn coding. If we want coding, we can hire developers. Okay. But our work should not stop at any given time. That is why there is something called as CMS, Content Management System. Okay. CMS, Content Management System. What does this content management system do? Content management system is basically like a mediator. Like example, I don't know HTML coding. I will just drag and drop and I'll just set up the page from the backend in that CMS, that content management system. The content management system will do the coding for me. Are you getting this? The content management system will do the coding for me. Okay. Now, WordPress is not the only content management system. There are tons and tons of content management system out there. Okay. So few most popular ones are WordPress, Wix, Shopify, BigCommerce, Magento. So like that, there are many players out there who will, who have CMS developed. Yes. Okay. Yes, so just. Now the thing is, when this web CMS, there are so many out in the market. Which one do you choose? When do you choose? What do you choose? Is also very important. Do you all agree? Do you all agree? Which one to choose? When to choose? So there are multiple parameters that comes into play to decide this. So before I go ahead with that parameters, I want you to answer me. Why do you create website? और who does create website? कौन बनाता है वेबसाइट? किसके लिए बनाते हैं हम लोग वेबसाइट? Okay, Naresh, what is that question? I don't understand. Gurtej, can you please answer, Naresh? Okay. Rest of the people, can you please answer my question? When do you develop Google? Who all requires website? Who all requires website? Okay. Blog is a part of a website. Blog is a part of a website. Okay. So Naresh says company. Correct. Which type of companies? Company is a very general term. Now, one tip to all of you as you're planning to be a good marketing people, the more specific you are, the better the chances of success in marketing. If you go and always talk in level 10,000 and general stuff, things don't work. Okay. So I want you to give me more precise answer. Website कौन बनाता है, क्यों बनाते हैं? Correct, Harshita. Those who want to grow their business. Correct. What are the various types of website you have seen? What are the various types of website you have seen? You haven't seen any website? Very good. E-commerce, correct? Magazine site. Even search engine is not a website, it's a web application. Like example, Zomato. It looks like a website, it's a web application. Why we call it a web application? Because depending on your requirement, it gives you a particular input. Are you getting it? Certain basics will remain the same, but it is web application. Social media website is also web application. E-commerce site. IT companies create a brochure kind of website. If you want any information, you can go on their website and you can get that. Okay. Now, so website is required by IT companies. Website is required by even hospitals these days. Website is required by an interior designer, a fashion designer. Website is required by a what do you call even a normal retail store like Future Groups. They have a website. Even Big Bazaar has a website. DMart has a website. Correct. There are a lot of e-commerce sites. Board Infinity has a website. Correct. So there are a lot of requirements of website. Now we need to understand the business first of all. Whenever we are planning to develop a website, always first of all try to understand what is the website about. Okay, so to understand what is a website about, you need to first understand What is the business about? What kind of product and service do we sell? What kind of target audience do we have? What are their pain problems? What is the vision of the founder members? What all they do you want to achieve with this website? How complex it could be? You need to understand all of these things. You know why? Because the more complex this website is, okay, the more heavy this website could be, and maybe WordPress may not be sufficient for that. Okay, so you need to take a call on that. Example, you want to start an e-commerce site. Jaldi banana hai e-commerce site, you want to do it fast. So of course website WordPress has a way to develop a e-commerce process, okay, with a WooCommerce plugin. But Shopify is a much better option because it's faster. But you know why people will not go for Shopify, and they will go for WordPress WooCommerce? Because Shopify becomes expensive. Startups cannot afford Shopify. It will be about $39 something per month. And if you want higher packages, then you will require 190, $129. So that is why they don't go for it. But given a chance, if I have to start an e-commerce, I'll go for Shopify because there are so much of things as a marketing I have to do. So Shopify sounds good to me. Okay. So we will be learning WordPress because majority of the companies across the world are using WordPress because it's a faster way of developing website. And majority of the companies across the world are, even not majority of them are application based. Few websites like a hospital website, it is just a brochure kind of website to tell you where the hospital is, who are the doctors, and all of these things. Do you all agree? And there are many other places, like what do you call, just 1 second, guys, 1 second. So majority of the WordPress websites are very easy to what do you call, brochure kind of websites where information is loaded. So when your information is loaded on it easily, and you can change a lot of things on the go, change the design on the go. That is why most people prefer WordPress websites. Okay, so let us, without any further ado, let us learn how to start a website. So as I told you, three things are very important. Number one is understanding the product and service. Number two, understanding the target audience and understanding the founder's vision and what is the features that they want in the website. Now it's also very important to understand that what competition is doing. Very important to understand. I'll give you one example when I said no to WordPress, and one example when I only said please do WordPress. Okay, so I had an agency, we used to develop a lot of WordPress websites as well. So when the client says they just want a brochure website, we are a wholesaler, we are a people who just kind of just showcase our product, showcase our packages. We are just that kind of people. Then WordPress website is very easy for you. Then there are people who come, we are like hospital. हमको बस develop करना है to showcase our address, and we want to just showcase what exactly are the kind of facilities we have. WordPress website is good for you. But I had a UK based client, and they were just getting into digital clinics. Now they had a complex requirement that people should first come to their website, and people should register for the online appointment with the doctors, and the email should be sent not only to the doctor but to the pharmacist where the digital doctor clinics booths were set up, plus the admin, and plus the founder member. So a lot of emails had to be set up, and lot of addresses and locations had to be added. Multiple appointment module had to be added. So even if we bought the paid plugins, okay, that website was not robust enough to take all these complex features when it was developed in WordPress. So HTML meant a better place for that particular complex website. So depending on the complexity, you should also take a call whether you should go for a WordPress website or HTML website. Now, also, there are many of the website people, they try to mend, the developers try to mold the WordPress with a lot of coding. Don't do that. When you mold a lot of coding in the WordPress website, it might crash. It has already happened with me. The particular client wanted the word website just like that, but in WordPress. So one of the developer of our team, we tried to do a lot of coding in it, and then we just delivered the project, and it was very spec and niche and clean that day. But one of their employee updated the WordPress backend, and all the coding fall flat. So my always advice is, if you're doing WordPress website, just stick to WordPress without major coding changes. Okay. So I know it's a little complex and overwhelming to listen to all of these things. So let us mellow down a little bit and just try to understand. I want to make a website. So website can also be made for magazine sites. Website can also be created by bloggers. Okay. Bloggers usually choose WordPress.com because it's on the go payment and it is cost effective. But I choose Word. Now WordPress also have two types. Okay. What I'm trying to say. So WordPress is of two types. One is WordPress.org, which we will be using today, and the second is WordPress.com. One is WordPress.org and second is WordPress.com. Now, when you use WordPress.org, you get an application which is a free application. We just have to install this application on the server and you're sorted. And WordPress.com is an not an application. It's like this. I'll just show you WordPress.com kaise dikhta hai. But the backend is almost the same. So if you want to practice it on WordPress.com, that also you can do it. I'll just show you the regular way of working on the websites, but I will also show this way of doing it. Suppose, let's say Ojas wants to start a blog, okay, and Radhika wants to start a small website for her, let's say, friend who is a fashion designer. She can still opt in for WordPress.com. So I'll showcase to you how to set up the WordPress.com. Then I will also show you how to set up a WordPress.org. Okay. Yes, one of the question we have is, for complex website, WordPress is not suitable. That is a question. Now, complexity depends not on the amount of content you put. Complexity of the website depends not on the amount of quantity you put. It depends upon the kind of functional aspect you want. Functional aspect means what? What should happen if this thing if people come and do this action? Okay, what should happen when people go and do the other action? Are you getting it? What should happen when people do this action? What should happen when people do that action? Like that, when various scenarios and logic building is there in the back end, I'm talking about that complexity. Now, example, I want to start a magazine site. WordPress is good enough for me. I want to write approximately 1,000 blog posts. WordPress is good enough for me. That is not complexity. The more the content, that is not complexity. Only a server space will be required for that. Okay, are we getting it? So to make it simple, what is I hope everybody, let us come on the same page. So whenever you develop a website, okay, you require, one is the domain name, correct? Then you require a hosting space. Okay, what is a hosting space? It's a layman term. Jagah chahiye. There is a digital space that you require to save your website over there. Do you understand that? Domain name means, domain name means whatever, boardinfinity.com. Barabar, that's a domain name. Mintra.com, domain name. Correct? Hosting space means, now whatever website you are developing, it should be saved somewhere. These are all web pages. These are information pieces. You will have to save it somewhere in some digital space, right? So for that, you require hosting space. So hosting space, you go for servers. Okay. We're not going to much technicalities today, but I'm just telling you, you require servers. So websites are stored on servers. Now you can buy your own server and set up your own server, or else you can go to companies like GoDaddy, BigRock, Bluehost, HostGator, and all these places where they will give you a little server space for you. Okay. And then you can put all your website files on that server. You can put all your website files on that server. What will happen with that? When you put all your website files on that server, then people accessing your website with the help of domain name from their mobile phones, let's call it smartphones, or from their laptops or tablet phones or desktops, okay, they first of all hit the word boardinfinity.com, like mintra.com. They will be directed to the server, and the information present on the server, the hosting space, is reflected in their browser, is reflected on their browser. So these are called as client-side systems. We don't have to remember all these things. Just remember that whenever you develop a website, you require a domain name and you require a hosting space. Okay, you require a domain name and you require a hosting space. Clear, everybody? Okay. A server space. A server is what? A server is a CPU kind of unit. A server is a CPU kind of unit. Okay, but very robustly built, so that if lot of people are hitting again and again and again and again boardinfinity.com, 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 it should be able to sustain that kind of traffic. So servers are not like usual laptops, because your usual laptops may not stand, or the configuration of that may not be so strong that it can take so much of request to show the website. Okay, so server is a digital, so it's an electronic device, and hosting space is like a hard disk space, but on the server. Hosting space is just like a digital space. Hard disk hota hai na, hard disk space like that, the space, but on the server. Okay, why on the server? Because around the world, wherever people want to kind of, what I say, they want to see your website, they can be easily, they can easily type boardinfinity.com and they can easily see it. Okay, so you cannot save your website on your local system. Local system matlab your own laptop, your own desktop. You cannot save it. You have to save it on a server configuration system. Now setting up a server sometimes is very expensive for certain kinds of business, so it's okay to go to GoDaddy, Big Rock. There are a lot of local players also. Okay, going to them and setting up the server. I hope, Polemy, you understand what is a server space. It is just, imagine it like a hard disk space on a server somewhere out there, okay, with GoDaddy company or Big Rock company, where you are developing the website and saving your website on their system. You're saving your website on their system because they have the electricity backup, they have the internet backup. If you set up your server over here, you will have to give the electricity backup and rodent protection and all kinds of protection. Why? Because in case current goes, your server will shut down, and bichara, the person sitting in, let's say, Kolkata or Bangalore or Chennai, is trying to type your website and website is not reachable. So we usually, the server should have all kinds of backup. So it is always better you go and take robust systems. So GoDaddy and Big Rock and all these are very, very popular ones, and they have their own backups. So kabhi there will be like 99% time your website is working comfortably fine. In fact, I have not seen any downtime with mine case. Okay, downtime means when I go to the website and it is not working. I have not seen such kind of downtime. Okay, everybody, do you understand? So whenever you want to start a website, you require a domain name and you require a hosting space. So WordPress.org will only give you an application to develop the website for free. But you will have to buy a domain name and hosting space with WordPress.org. But WordPress.com, like this, here only you can buy the website domain name. Here only you can host the website. Okay, in WordPress.com, you buy the domain name here only. You host the website here itself. But when it comes to WordPress.org, which application is available on all the places where we buy the servers, there you don't have to pay anything to WordPress. You just have to buy a domain name and a web hosting space. Okay, everybody, are you in page? Are you in sync with till this moment? Everybody, are you in sync with me till this moment? Say yes in the chat box if you are. Okay, so we require a website domain name and a hosting space. So I will give you an example. Okay, let's say Ojas wants to start a blog site. Then he will go to WordPress website like this, wordpress.com. He will click on start your website here. Then he will add his email address here. Okay, all the username, password, everything. Or you can just continue with Google. Either or is okay. So I'm just going to continue with Google right now. Okay, so once I continue with Google, it says what do you want the domain name to be like. So let's say Ojas wants to create a blog on travel. So I'm just going to type travel here. Okay, Now see, as soon as I type travel over here, it suggests various domain names for me, like travels.firm.in, traveljourney.org.in. But these are not free. Look, so it is saying free for the first year, provided the renewal is this. So you'll have to add the credit card and stuff. But if you're just going to experiment, then just select this option. The completely free one, just select this. Okay, let me try to make it a little interesting. Okay, so see, this is not free for the first year, but next year you have to pay. It's your wish if you want to try, that's available. So I'm trying developing a website for OJS now. So indianboytraveling.wordpress.com is available. So I'm gonna select this. See, it's a free one now. So if it's a free one, then WordPress.com will come. Okay. See, these are the packages. So if you want it just for your personal use to express your thoughts and ideas to the world, you can select this. If you are a freelancer where you are in a professional zone, you want a lot of stuff, okay, like CSS editing, Google Analytics support, then you have to go for this kind of pay package. If you're a small business, then you can go for this kind of pay package where you can change your themes, change your plugins. What these are, I will tell you in some time. Okay, or you can go for the e-commerce site. So I'll just go for this one and I'll click on start with a free website. It'll take a little time because it is setting up the site, but it is super easy. You saw that. Super easy. Log in with your Google for faster processing, select your domain name, ensure you take a free package, start a site, free site, and there you go. So this is your WordPress site, WordPress.com site's backend. Okay. Now you can design all your website things from here. Here is the main menu to design. Okay. So let me show you how to design a simple web page. So here is site. First, you need to start with pages. But as I told you, whenever you think of developing a website, your layout should be very clear in your mind. So let us define a layout for OJS's website. We have a question. Can we change hosting in between the maturity period or after expiry? Both the times you can change, Yuvraj. If you want to change the hosting space, you just have to take the download of all the information. Suppose there is hosting service A and there is hosting service B, and all the hosting service A you have put the information. You have to just shift that information to hosting service B. You can comfortably do that. Not a problem at all. Okay. Now let's define a layout for WordPress website. Okay. So here is, so first we will have a home page. Okay, we will have a about page of OJS. Then there will be a contact us page because he's doing a blog, and then there will be lot of post. So right now we're just calling it post one. Trip to Kailash, post two, trip to Ladakh. Okay, post three, trip to Paris. So suppose these are the three posts that OJS is going to write, and there is going to be a home page, there is going to be an about, and there is going to be a contact us page. Okay. Suppose there are two ways bloggers usually present their website. One is that if somebody comes to their website, first thing they see is all the post in a list format. Okay, that is one way of showing it. The other way of showing the website is that the other way of showing the website is that simple. When they come to the homepage, they have fancifully created the homepage their own way. They have curated nice slider information, nice small creatives there, the travel photographs and everything. So they have designed it in a very nice way so that people can enjoy and engage with their homepage and accordingly go and read the post. So in that case, the other way, there has to be a homepage, there has to be a blog section. So the first way, this is scenario one. In the home page itself, all the blog posts, all these posts are listed. Okay. In scenario 2, homepage is curated nicely, designed very well. And in the blog page, all these blog posts are listed here. Okay. And then there is, of course, the about us page and the contact us page. And then all of these things will, of course, we will have to put. So usually we will also talk about how to create a business page in the next class. But right now, today, we are going to focus more on the blog aspect of it. Okay. Now, let me show you how to create these. I'll show you the first one first. So I'm going to the WordPress. I'm first showing you WordPress.com because you can easily practice. Then I will show you WordPress.org way because that will require you to invest. So I'm not showing that immediately first. So I'm going to pages. They already have the home created for me, about created for me, contact created for me, blog created for me. Very well. Let me just go and at least check what it looks like. Okay. Or if you want to create on your own, you can just click on add new page like this. Hold on, it's just loading a little bit. Okay, this is add new page. I'm trying to create a new page. Now there are a lot blank page you can start. You can start with these about pages. You can start with these blog page themes. You can start with this contact page themes or the menu page, whatever your requirement is, that kind of template is available these days. Okay, or the team page of the blog. Okay, even the home page can be designed in variations. So let me say home 2, I'm just trying to create. I'm just selecting this theme. So of course, this is for services. Yeah, things do happen like this. Just refresh it. Let me just switch off my camera for a while. So you can select any theme from here. I'll just select one of the theme. Wait. Hmm, I want to select this theme. Okay. And then I will say the technical errors can happen. I think we'll just add new page from here. Add new. Let me take a simple page from here. First of all, let me start with a blank one. I'll show you how to create everything of it. So this is your page. Okay. Let's say I'm writing here about. I'm just creating an about page for Ojas. Have your Grammarly always plugin extension added to your Chrome browser. This way you will make less mistakes when you're developing a website. Okay, so something I'm writing like that. If I wanted to add an image over here, so here is a plus sign. I can click on this plus sign. Then I have to find the image widget in this, or you can call block. We call block over here. Click on this. Now here is the image option. So I will upload the image. So let's see, I'm just uploading this one for now. Like that, you can add an image on a page. So this is not the magazine I'm trying to develop. This is just I'm showing on WordPress.com. The magazine part, which I told you in the beginning of the session, we will do it gradually. Now, if you want to add one more text blocks here, then you can just click on. So if you're finding this difficult to find, search all the things that you need, just write your text. See, it'll also give you a lot of fancy designs, but I don't want a fancy design now. I just select this paragraph. Oh, that became that. I'm to write a paragraph over. Okay, now I want to add the photographs of the thing gallery. I can click on this. I can select a tiled gallery here, and I can start uploading the images. So I can add multiple images. So for now, I'm just taking the same old images. So like that, it will become a gallery. Okay. So once you have created all the things that you want, then just click on preview first. See how it looks on mobile phone, see how it looks on tablet and desktop. So let me preview in the new tab. So it looks like this. Okay, once I'm comfortable how it looks, then we will go and publish. Okay, you can publish immediately or you can publish with a scheduled date. I'm going to publish it immediately. So this is how you create a page. Now I'm going back to WordPress, all pages. Okay, don't go to the reader version. Go to my sites version. Then go to pages. So this is the one which I just created. This is the one which was there before. If you want, you can just click on these three dots and trash it. It's gone. Now I want to create a menu. So I'll first go to design. I'll click on customize. If you have any questions and queries, please keep posting it in the chat box. Okay, so here is a menu option. I want this to be the primary menu. Now there is home page, the front page, which is already designed, the blog page. Now I don't know why this, this is invalid because I just deleted the about. I'll remove this. I'll click on add item. Now here is my about page, which I just created. I can drag and change the menu structure. It should not cascade like that. If it cascades, it becomes a sub menu. So that's a good thing that if you want to showcase your services or something, you can cascade it. So right now, I just want to bring it down. If it is troubling you that way, then you can just say reorder like this and use these arrow icons. Then click done. See, now my menu is ready. Home, about, blog, and contact. If I click on about, the page that we created is coming over here. Okay, this is how you create a page on WordPress.com. This is how you create a menu on WordPress.com. Now I want to change this to a logo. How do I do this? Just go back here in the same customize. Let me show you from the beginning. This is my WordPress backend. In this, come to design, come to customize. Come to site identity, select the logo, select files, select. You can adjust this if you want. You can crop the image. See, your logo is all there. So it's looking really, really big. If you want to reduce the size of it, then you can go to Canva or any resize online application and resize your logo. Okay, that way it will become small. Then of course you can write a title. I'm just writing some sample title. If you want to write, it looks more like a tagline though, so you can write it here. So like that you can add. So this is how you create a page. This is how you change the menu. This is how you change the title, site title. Okay, everybody. So I want you to go and try your hands on this at least. The reason is it will give you an idea how WordPress works in the backend, because the WordPress that companies use are WordPress org. I will show you that also. The backend is exactly same. It's not very different. I'll show you both of them. So do you all did you all understand how to set up a WordPress.com account for the website? Did you all understand how to create pages and how to create menu? Everyone? Please put a yes in the chat. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Do you want me to repeat anything of this? Do you want me to repeat anything of this? Okay. So if you want me to repeat anything of this, if you have any question, please put it in the chat box. Then comes posts. Okay. So in the post, now this is all sample posts. So I don't want these posts. I'm going to trash them all like this. Okay. If you don't want to trash them, you can also edit them. So that is also one more option you have. Okay. So there's some kind of text already available. Now I have not returned any post for Ladakh trip and everything. Okay. So obviously, usually you should not write the title so boring. It should be something very, very interesting, like three amazing spiritual experiences of Kailash. Something like that. One can never miss, or one is sure to have. Something like that. You have to create the topic of the blog post always, that it is really eye catchy and that is really, grabbing people's attention and making you read the blog post. Okay, so you should always have something that way. I'm right now just changing the title. If you want to edit this, you can further edit this. You can even add an image if you want. So I'm adding an image. And if you want to push this to the top, just click on this arrow. It'll go on the top of the image. Now upload again. Okay, so I'm just taking a dummy image. So you can add the image. You can increase the size if you want. Okay. Now always remember, you should also keep a featured image over here. Set feature image. I'll tell you why you should be setting the featured image. It is too huge. Okay, let me try this as a feature image. Okay. Now all this is set. Change the permalink if you want. This is called permalink. It will be like traveling Indian boy .wordpress.com/trip to Kailash. So the trip to Kailash should come over here in the slug part. So all the SEO students, you know the benefit or the importance of slug. So it should have the keywords. It should be in this section, the slug part. Okay, so once I've written all the post, slug is also there for pages. Okay, so right now I'm just showing you that for the post. Then preview the page. If you like it, then launch it. So I've launched it. It's asking, I'm just saying launch the site. So it is asking me to purchase. So I don't want to purchase. I want to continue with my free site because it's a practice session. Okay. So let me go and check my post whether it is saved or not. So it is saved already. Now let me put one more post. I can edit, just edit this. I'll show you how to add also. So in the other post, I had added the feature image. In this, I'm not going to add the feature image. And I'm just going to update this. Updating is saving. If you have already created the post, I have to also add one image to this post. I'm just clicking on this, selecting the image, sending it to the top. You can also drag like this. And sometimes it doesn't work. Okay, then upload the image. So I'm just taking some sample images. Just give me a second. Okay, and then update. So I've created two posts. I'll create one more post and I'll show you what exactly each post, how it looks like. Then I'm going back to the posts. So two posts I've created. I'm creating one more post, add new post. Okay. So I don't have any content right now, so I'm just writing something. Something like that. I'm just publishing it right now. Okay, so I'm just going back to show you how the website looks like. Okay, so here I am, home, visit site. So this is my website. Okay, and do you remember why is it about not coming over here? हमने तो डाला था. It is not coming because we skipped saving it, publishing it. So let me go and do it again. So customize design के अंदर customize. We had not done save changes. That is why. So I'm going to home and I'm clicking on visit site. So this is my website, how it looks right now. And these are the two posts. See, I told you the feature image. So when you add feature image, the blog post looks like this. When you do not add a feature, so of course, when I open it, the feature image comes on the top. You can edit it so that the feature image doesn't come on the top and this one comes. It is possible. Okay. Again, going back to home page. See, these are the places where I have not added the home page, and this is a post where I've added only little information. Okay. Now, as I told you, you can edit the home page to look the way you want, and you can only keep the blog section with a list of all your posts. That is also possible. How to do it? I'll tell you. Meanwhile, any questions, any doubts, guys? Please share your questions and doubts. There is a question, Drupal versus WordPress. Which one would you recommend? The recommendation would be very simple, Yuraj. It depends upon the requirement. How complex is your requirement and who are the people who are going to work on the website? And is it going to be a team which you are going to hand over once the website is developed, or you're going to keep the tech savvy team? Because you will require a basic training for Drupal also and WordPress also. WordPress is much, much easier and it's very on the go, I feel. And if your website is very basic website, then I would prefer WordPress than Drupal. Okay, Yuvraj, I hope that answers your question. So this is how you create a blog site. Okay. Now let me show you how to set up a GoDaddy account. Okay. Is everybody ready for that? For the GoDaddy account? How to buy the domain from GoDaddy, how to set up the server, how to set up the WordPress. Okay. What I've taught you right now is a basic one. If you want to be a blogger, you can do this. All these things you can do. But if you are a company and you want to develop a website for the company, then this will not usually not the way that people go for. So first what you got to do is you have to go to GoDaddy domain. Okay, plan what is the domain name that you want to buy. So example, I wanted to buy the top 10. Okay, I wanted to buy this and I'm searching this. So it's going to search the domain name for me. So guys, we have just switched the topic. We are now planning to develop a website which is with WordPress.org, not with WordPress.com. Are you getting this, everybody? Is it clear? Are you understanding the difference between the .com and .org? I'll ask you again after some time, but just be with me. So from GoDaddy, this is how you buy, but top 10 is already gone. See, if I want to buy this, I will have to pay 13,97,058. So obviously, I'm not going to go with the top10.com. I might as well select something else over here and see what options are available. So top10.com is available. I don't want that. So let me try with some other variations. There's hyphen option also available. Perfect. So top10.com is available with 199 rupees. I can just add to cart. Now, once you add the website domain to the cart, you require a hosting space also. So go to the hosting space option in GoDaddy. If you're planning to develop only a single page, sorry, single website, you want to only host a single website, then you can only go for single domain hosting, or better is go for WordPress hosting. If you're planning anyways WordPress, go for WordPress hosting, or you can go for web hosting. Okay. So you can select this web hosting like this, click on this, or you want WordPress hosting, you can go for that as well. Okay, and select the package that you're looking at. So it's a single website, so I'm selecting this package of 99 rupees per month and add to cart. Now it is saying how many months do you want. I just want for 12 months example. Okay, and example, add a website backup. I don't want, no thanks. SSL certificate you should usually add. It will be beneficial for your SEO purpose. So please add your SSL certificate. Okay. And then just click on continue. So this is my cart. It has the domain name. So it is telling you 2 years. I'm selecting for 1 year. But remember that the offers with website is available only if you take domain names available only if you take for like long amount of duration. Okay, then the SSL certificate and the single hosting, and all you got to do is check out. The promo code is already applicable. You can also go and check on internet if other promo codes are available, which will give you better deal. My account, I have already created an account on GoDaddy, so my account is an old account. Usually, new accounts have a lot better offers than the old accounts, so you can go and check that. Then just click on checkout. Okay, of course, add your password and stuff, and then buy the domain name. So once you buy the domain, how it will look, I'll show you. So I don't want to buy the domain. I was just trying to show you. So it basically you have to add the password. Once you add the password, it will ask you for your credit card or debit card or whatever payment methods. So my password I've forgotten. I'll just check later. So once you buy the products, your products will be visible like this. Okay, so these are the domains which I have already bought. Okay, I have a multi-domain hosting because I usually keep on experimenting and playing around with stuff. So I have a ultimate Linux hosting cPanel. Okay, and then there are SS certificate for both of my domains. If there's any additional product, it will show you over here. So this is how you buy the domain names and hosting, and this is how you will see them once you are in the GoDaddy backend. Okay, now you can go to your, now I have to set up the WordPress website, correct? हमने क्या किया अभी? We bought the domain name and we bought the hosting space. Did you guys get that? How to buy a domain name and hosting space, everybody? So if you're working for a client, for any company, you will have to buy a domain name and hosting space like this. WordPress.com might not really do the needful. Okay, did you all guys get this? Say yes if you have. Sure. So we will take a little break. Now, since you have understood till this moment, we will just take a couple of minutes break and then we will start again. So we'll just take 2 minutes break and then we will start to understand how exactly we need to set up the WordPress backend. Okay. So we're taking a break of 2 to 3 minutes.
Dear participants, I guess if you are liking the workshop so far, please do hit the like button and subscribe to the channel of Board Infinity. Because like in the future, if we are uploading any videos, you'll be getting the notification for the first time. Like once the Board Infinity have launched any workshop or any kind of we have uploaded the videos in terms of the digital marketing, data science, or any stack, you'll be getting the notification and you're the first person who will be getting the notification. So to be, if you're very confused about the career and don't know what to do and how you want to build your career, then visit to www.boardinfree.com. You can take our courses, you can talk to our counselors, you can fill out the forms there. And our team will be getting in touch with you within the 24 hours and will be assisting you for that. You can look over the courses over the data science, digital marketing, full stack. If you want to build your career in the AI or machine learning or the product management, you can go through all the modules. You can check out the demo sessions, and our team will be love to help you all guys and building your career. So if you have any query related to that, you can also raise a ticket on our website, go there. And if you want to inquire about anything you want related to your career, just fill up the form and our team will be there to assist you. And in the meanwhile, I have already shared the certificate form with you all guys. Make sure that you have filled it for that. We'll be cross-checking your have you just participated in the workshop or not. And then after that cross-checking, we'll be releasing your certificate of the workshop. And on every Sundays, we are planning a workshops in the two domains. One is a data science and second one is a digital marketing. So don't miss this chance. And if you think this kind of content is really helping you guys, do share with your friend as well so that they can also get a benefit out of it. And at the last, you'll be getting a certificate. So that is really a plus point of it. So Ma'am, you can continue now.
All right, perfect. So we have now learned how to add the domains in the card, how to add the hosting space in the card, how to buy them. Okay, SL certificate is very, very important. Once you have bought all these stuffs, how do you go about? So you need to go to the web hosting like this. And in the web hosting, you can click on manage here. What I'm trying to do right now is I'm trying to create a backend of my WordPress website so that without coding, I can develop a website. So you will require to develop a backend of the website. Let me teach you that. These are very basics. Without this, you will not be able to develop the website. Okay. Just hold on. I'll have to add the password. Give me a second. Just 1 second. I'm adding the password to it and we are good to go. Just 1 second, guys. The team has changed the password. It seems I'll have to just check with my team. Just give me a minute. All right, it's going to take a little more, little time to recover the password and set it up. So the team is going to do it. So we will show it to you in the next week how to buy the domain. So we have already shown you how to buy the domain, how to do the backend setup, going to the C panel and setting up the WordPress application. I'll show it to you in the next week workshop, which is a continuation of this part two. Now I will show you once you set up the WordPress application, what is the end product? Okay, so let me show you that. What is the end product once you set up the thing? So you have to come back to see how to set up the WordPress application in the next week. So meanwhile, I'll just show you how to what is the end product once I set up the uh, WordPress application for one of my domain. As I told you, I will be demonstrating the exact thing how I will be setting up the website. So I've already set up the WordPress application. So my website, I have named it as the top10.com like this. This is a website, very raw, nothing worked upon. So we will be working upon this website in this particular workshop. So this is a website not worked at all. Now I have said, now if you want to go to the backend of this website, which is a WordPress website, I need to click here, go to the top10.com slash, put WP admin, enter. Now this is the dashboard. If you observe, this dashboard is very, very similar to WordPress.com, but this is not WordPress.com. This is WordPress.org because WordPress.org gives you an application and that application is something which I've installed in my hosting space. Okay. The hosting space, I with the GoDaddy, the backend, we go in the hosting space. It's just like a hard disk. You go there and you install the application of WordPress. Once you install, you get the backend like this. So majority of the companies out there, they use this backend, they use and work on this particular backend. Now I taught you that particular WordPress.com so that you can practice it, because to practice this thing, you will require a paid website in terms of domain name and hosting space. Hence, you first go and practice on that till the time you are thinking and planning to start your own website with a paid domain and hosting space. So this one is possible with that. And if you see, it's an annual expense. So 199 or 849 plus hosting space about 1700 or 2000 rupees. So your annual expense to manage have a website on WordPress will be hardly about 3000 3500. Okay, that's an annual expense. And of course, if you develop it, then there's no expense in terms of having a developer. So WordPress is super easy. Now we will be learning how to set up the whole website right now. So far, do you have any questions, or do you want to talk about something? Okay. So if you have any questions, please ask me. Okay. So here it is. We have on the WordPress backend. I'm going to develop the layout of this particular website, which I told you, it's going to be a magazine site. Okay. So it's going to be a magazine site, and the layout is very simple. Okay. There is going to be a lot of posts. Okay. And all of these posts have to be shown in the blog section. Okay. So in terms of pages, I have a home page which I want to design. There are certain ways and methods I will tell you how to design it. Then there is going to be an about page. Then there is going to be a blog page and a contact us page. There are 4 pages which I want to put right now. And then there are going to be a lot of posts. Now each post, we are going to create categories for these posts. Okay. So the categories for the post defined already are the category for the posts defined already are. Now why to define this category, I will tell you. First of all, let me explain to you the layout. Okay, so there are 3 categories which we are going to work upon. So the category post, and then each category we will be writing the posts. Okay, this is how it works. So the layout is simple. There will be 4 pages, and there are going to be 3 categories, and under each category we are going to create posts. So we are going to add a lot of content in the next week. Meanwhile, today we are just going to create the structure of this particular website. Okay, so there is a doubt in the chat box. Can you explain, ma'am, what is the necessity to buy a domain? Very good, Polemy. Example, if I don't buy a domain, like the top10.com, if I don't buy a domain, how will people come to my website? How will people come to my website? Okay. They will not be able to come to my website. So if I've developed the website on a system, the system is identified by an IP address. I cannot give IP address in my marketing collaterals. So people will not be able to understand. So if I don't buy a domain name, the top10.com, how can I distribute to you? Hey, if you want to read amazing psychology related self growth posts, please go to top10.com, the top10.com. How will I tell you? Are you getting it? Is there a question answered? Why do we have to buy the domain? You will not be able to buy the domain at all. Sorry, you will not be able to market it at all. How will you talk to people? Correct? And why do we buy hosting space? Domain name is there, but where am I going to store all this content? That is why we require a hosting space. So I hope I'm clear why we require domain name and why we require hosting space. So what happened in the earlier version of WordPress.com, I did not require to buy a hosting space separately, because WordPress.com gives me the hosting space also and the domain name also. Here I was using free wala. Look, I'm using the free wala domain name. Why is it free? Because इसमें WordPress.com वो attach कर रहा है. And imagine you're really going full throttle, very professional. अच्छा नहीं लगता है ना? Like the top10.com dot WordPress dot sorry the top10 dot WordPress dot com कितना लंबा हो जाता है. It doesn't look very interesting also. So that is why you buy your own domains always, and that looks more professional also. Okay, so if you're just experimenting and playing around, so that is why I gave you the way to work on the WordPress, to play around and have a practical over this week, so that you can ask me a lot of questions in the next week. So you can play on WordPress.com. But when you're working in the real deal company, you cannot play with this. Imagine, like say, Polyme is starting a company called as PS Creatives dot PS Creative Agency dot WordPress.com versus PS Creative Agency.com. Which one looks better, guys? PS Creative Agency dot WordPress.com looks better, or PS Agency.com looks better? What looks better, guys? कौन सा अच्छा लगता है? Okay, directly the .com, not the WordPress wala. Correct? It doesn't look good. So we will have to buy the domain name. अगर डोमेन नेम खरीदना है तो आप GoDaddy से डोमेन नेम खरीद सकते हो, होस्टिंग स्पेस खरीद सकते हो, और वर्डप्रेस की वेबसाइट बैकएंड सेटअप करा सकते हो, which will be very less expensive. Or else you can go to WordPress.com here, buy the domain name, and use a hosting space with some paid packages. But there's a biggest drawback is when you're developing a website, you want to add a lot of functional aspect to it. You want to improve the theme. You want to make it look beautiful and stuff. So WordPress.com, I feel there is a little bit of not so comfort level when you design. Okay, there are a lot of less amount of plugins. You have to pay more. Example, can you somebody do the math? 640 rupees into 12. How much is that? 640 rupees into 12. Somebody do the math and tell me. कितना लगेगा? Nobody there? What is 640 into 7680? Harshita is selling. Very good. Now, versus that, the hosting space is hardly 1700 or 1800 rupees per year. And anyways, you have to buy domain here also. You have to buy domain there also. So in the WordPress, the one which I'm showing you here, the second version of it, here you get a lot of opportunity to do the changes. So I'll tell you what are the options. See, यहाँ पे भी posts है, यहाँ पे भी posts है, यहाँ पे भी pages है. There are also pages are there. You can design the pages and you can create the pages. Okay. Then there is also something called as appearance. Here you can add lot of themes and make your website look beautiful. Okay. So WordPress website is a combination of pages, posts. If you are wanting to have a blog section, if you do not want a blog section, forget posts. Why do you want posts? Example, if you just want to create a hospital page, you don't want any blog to be written, you don't have to write post, just page bana dijiye na. Home page, services, doctors list, that is team of the hospital, contact us, that's it. You only require pages for the hospital website. You don't require a post. But how will you design? We are not designers. We need to do a layout. Layout means what? My image will come here. My content will come here. My, this image will come over here. The icons will come over here. Where all these things will come, the placement of each aspect on the page is called as the layout. Okay. Now, one thing is you can define your own layout. आप खुद से सोच सकते हो. The other thing is you can take the help of the themes. There are multiple themes out there in the market. Themes define the look and feel of your website. Okay. See, I came to appearance, I came to themes. So themes appear, themes define your look and feel of your website. See, these are all themes. I'll show you how the theme looks, live preview. So whenever you want to activate the theme, first look कि दिखेगा कैसे, because your whole website will be like ऊपर नीचे हो जाएगा. I'll explain to you just what is Elementor. Give me a second. So this theme is not very interesting. And look, I have to develop the page from scratch. ये मुझे कुछ दे नहीं रहा है. So majority of free themes only give you the font family. कौन से अलग अलग type के font जो होता है ना, font they give you. They only give you the color combination. They only give you some basic layout. That is. Otherwise, free theme don't give you much. There is a way to buy paid themes also. Let me show you. So majority of companies, if they want to hasten the process of developing the website, they go to Theme Forest or any of the WordPress theme buying place. They go to Theme Forest like this. Let's take the hospital case for example. So they go to WordPress here. Then they go for hospital means health, right? So let's see what is there for health. So there's nothing much there. Can I? No, 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 no. Okay, we can take corporate and see whether it looks good. Okay, or else you can just search your hospital. It will give you themes related to hospitals. Oh, very good. So we have a lot of themes related to website hospitals. Let's say I select this one. So I'm not going to buy this. First, I want to look how it looks. Now click on this. Okay. So this is the theme for the ready-made website. Hai. Just change the logo, change the timing, change the mobile number, address, the image, the content, change all these things. Change what is the benefit of this hospital or clinic. Change the images. Okay. All of these things you change. Okay. Your website is ready. Ready-made template. Hai. And they have the about section also ready with various options. So this is a benefit of paid theme. But there are also free themes that I showed you. Free theme hota hai. Like I use free themes because you can develop a layout, you can think. So I use free themes. See. So there are various themes here. I use one of the free themes. So I'm using a navy theme. It's also a free theme. I just went to Google and I searched for free theme, free WordPress theme. But the problem with WordPress theme free one is I don't get the whole structure ready. Okay, I'll tell you what is the meaning of that. When I buy the layout, yahan se, and I go to pages here, okay, and when I click on add, there will be a lot of pages coming here in the draft. Okay, when I buy a paid theme and I upload it in the theme section, I get a lot of ready-made pages over here. I just have to go and edit the ready-made pages and it will be ready to go. But if I'm taking a free theme, I don't have any ready-made pages. I have to go and manually create each and every page. Are you getting the difference between the free theme and the paid theme, guys? And what does a theme do? Theme defines the look and feel of your website. It defines the structure of your website. Are you getting this? The theme defines the structure of your website. Okay. Now, if you want to enhance the functional aspect of it, जैसे कि I want to see, I want to duplicate this page. There is no option to duplicate this page. Can you see that? There's no option to duplicate this page. How do I duplicate this page? I need a functional coding, right? I need a functional aspect to it. How do I get it? So for that, I need to go to plugins and I need to go to add plugins. Plugins are basically the aspect which give you the functional benefit. They also give you the ability to add FAQs. They give you the ability to add you the event calendar, ability to add the Yoast SEO related, you know, functional aspect. So all these things the plugins make the provision for. So do you understand the difference between plugins and themes? So when you develop a website, the pages and the post, you need to enhance them, right? To enhance the WordPress website, you require theme to define the look and feel and layout, and you require plugins to enhance the functional aspect to work on the WordPress website or to make the WordPress website more impactful. So let me know if you're understanding the difference between theme and plugin, everyone. Understood the difference between theme and plugin? Very good. So I'll just install a plugin and show you. First, I will just go to plugins here. I clicked on add new and I went over here. I searched for duplicate because I wanted to duplicate the pages and posts because sometimes I design, I'm not buying any paid theme. So I will be designing the pages from scratch. So that is why I would want this. So I'm just going to use this duplicate page, install, and activate. Okay. Now when you go to pages, see, I got the option of duplicate this. Can you see that? Can you see this? I got the option of duplicate this. So I can just click on this and duplicate the page. So whatever effort I have taken to develop that page layout, it will just get duplicated and I can just go and change the content. So like that, plugins are there to increase the functional aspect. Functional aspect means whatever activity you want to do impactfully, that. Sanket, I usually use Yoast plugin. Okay, Yoast works better than all-in-one SEO because Yoast also gives you an intelligent method to improve your SEO of your website. Okay, so let me go and start the website from the scratch. Now you understood the difference between themes, plugins. Everybody understood the difference between themes and plugins. Okay, all right. So I'll just go and add this. So let me go and add the pages first. So I'm already in the pages. So as per our plan, we require home, about, blog, and contact us. So I'll first go and add the pages. Home is already there. This is an extra one we just created for the demo. So I'm just trashing it off. So it came in the trash section. Now home is already there. Contact page is also already there. I need a about. So I'm adding new. This is same like WordPress.com. That is why I taught you that first, so that you can practice there. If not possible to practice here, if you don't want to buy right now, the domain name and hosting space is okay. If you want to buy and you're really serious to start some business, then go ahead and buy. And this is how you have to. And if you're already buying a hosting space and domain name, I will show you in the next week how to actually set up the whole thing. If you want, I can show it on your domain also. Okay. So I'm just writing some content right now. So this is my about page. Very simple. Similarly, you have to create. Okay, bana diya page. Then click on preview. Just see it looks good or not. And then publish. Same way, the way you have to do it on WordPress.com. Only difference is this is more cost effective and more malleable. Okay, compared to WordPress.com. Here you can do lot of things over here. Okay, so I have just published this. About is now live. Now I'm going back to the WordPress website. So I've done home, I've done contact us, and done the about. I want to create a blog. So I'm going to create one more page, add new. And here I'm going to write the blog. And here I don't want to create any content. The reason is in this blog, we will have a lot of content one below the other. So I'm just going to publish this. Okay, so in my WordPress backend, if you go to pages, now I'm going to the published pages. So I have about, blog, and home. I don't want sample. I'm deleting that. And I want the contact page. It is not live. So I'm going back to draft. And making my contact page live. So I can also do the live thing from here. And update. So I have 4 pages right now. That is what the plan was. Always first create the pages and set it up correctly. Then you can gradually go ahead and create a menu and then fill in each detail. This is how you should work. So whenever you're developing a website, first buy the domain name, hosting space, set up your WordPress backend, go first plan your layout of your website, how many pages you want, how many posts you want, which section you want. Then go ahead on the WordPress backend, create all the pages out there one by one. Okay, create your menu structure, then go ahead and add all the details to it one by one, and then go ahead and add all the posts. Okay, see how it looks in the very early manner. Okay, and then if you want to really enhance the building experience of each of your page, example I'll tell you, if you edit this about, it has very basic WordPress editor. Okay, it is a very basic WordPress editor. It is not fun to work with. Okay, it's very basic. So there is a website builder plugin called as Elementor. Got it, Ojas? Elementor is a WordPress website builder. So यहाँ पे you see it's a very basic thing, right? You go here, plus sign, same thing, very same thing. Like again, put the quote, then add here. Okay, very basic. It also gives you a very streamlined, simple structure. मजा नहीं आता है. So that is why we go and add a plugin. The way we added the duplicate plugin, we go and add the Elementor plugin, and you edit your website with Elementor. With this, you get a lot of opportunity to edit your website. Okay, you can make your website full width, create columns in that, create sections in that, play around with the sections. So all this is possible when you take a website builder plugin. Elementor is not the only website builder plugin. There are also plugins like DV builder, which comes with a DV theme. There is also Beaver builder. There are a lot of builder plugins available. So this is how the Elementor plugin looks like. It makes your life little more easier. If you see, there are all these sections you can create. Okay, you can even click on these sections and create three part sections like this. You can create two part sections like this. Then go and add elements to this, like image. So then it becomes a very drag and drop kind of facility to develop a website. If you go to the ready-made basic editor of WordPress, it is not drag and drop. Here it is more of a drag and drop facility. Can you see this? Then comes the heading. Okay, now your website becomes more like a real world website if you use such kind of stuff. Always remember that blue thing should come, then only drop it. Yeah, you can even change this. If I want to move this heading to the top and this section to the bottom, just right click it. Then there is navigator. In this you can comfortably move these things. Okay, so this way you can develop your website super easy. So in the next workshop that's coming on the Sunday, I will develop the whole basic layout that we have planned. I will be putting certain posts and I'll be showing you how the website is developed. And I will actually demonstrate to you how to add a post with proper images also. Okay, and then you will see the full-fledged stuff. In the next session, we will also be adding plugins like tracking codes. We'll be adding like Google Analytics tracking code, Google Search Console tracking code, Google Ads conversion tracking code, Facebook Ads tracking code. We'll also be adding content like plugins like Yoast. We'll be adding plugins like data structuring. So next session is going to be very important in terms of content development and in terms of SEO. So don't forget to tune in the next session if you want to develop a website. So today we learned only the basics of website. In the next session, it will be more fun because the website will be all set up and ready and you will be playing around with the plugins. Okay, everybody. So for today, we will take your leave here itself right now, and we will be connecting with you in the next week, wherein I'll be teaching you with the all the basic plugins required for analytics, SEO, and marketing activities. Okay. So see you in the next session, everybody. Thank you so much for being there.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for the informative session. And dear participants, we hope that you like the entire webinar and learned something from it. If you like it, then don't forget to hit the like button. And if you think that your friends will also get a benefit of it, then don't forget to share it with your friend as well. And guys, comment down below which workshop do you need in the next upcoming Sundays in the futures. And please do subscribe to the Board Infinity channel for more webinars, workshop, informative videos. And if you and your friends or maybe your connections are looking for some good content, then do visit on www.boardinfinity.com. So thank you so much, ma'am, and thank you so much, audience, for
Thank you.
being so nice. Thank you.